Hey everybody, Tim and Julie here for another story of Batman 1966, Season 2, Episodes 5 and 6, The Minstrel, Shakedown, and Barbecued Batman, which does not rhyme whatsoever, at least to me. I don't know, whatever. A brand new villain, the Minstrel. I can't say his name and take it seriously.
Van Johnson? Oh, the Minstrel?
Yeah, the Minstrel.
Yeah.
I just think of the Minstrel Cycle or something. Like, his name may as well be, the period or something. Oh, who was he?
Van Johnson.
I don't know who that is.
It's long before you're done.
Oh, so you knew who he was?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. I love this. This story just got so much more interesting. You have no idea. Okay, so you knew who he was the whole time. As far as the actor.
Yeah.
Okay, nope, did not recognize him at all. I was, I wouldn't say I didn't like this story. I thought it was enjoyable. It was interesting. But at the same time, I've never heard of this character. I doubt we will ever see him again. So, okay. So you actually knew who he was. So you watched this and you're like, I know who that guy is. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what did you think about the story?
It wasn't exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
He was robbing the investors, taking their money, and how do you say it? Extorting.
Okay.
Extortion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't exciting.
Okay. That's kind of how I felt. It wasn't a bad story at all.
No.
But I agree. It wasn't also very exciting. It just kind of flowed, and that was it. It wasn't like a Batman story. Probably the most exciting part was them on the rotisserie stick, cooking slowly. But the whole thing with him playing the instrument and singing, and I was just it's just, I don't know. It's very reminiscent of the season 2 episodes 1 and 2. It was very Robin Hood type. So evidently you picked out 2 celebrities.
Yes. I
may have gotten one of them. Do you want to go ahead and announce who the first one you caught was? Or I guess this was the first one you caught. Who was the second one you got?
Phyllis Diller.
Phyllis Diller! I know who Phyllis Diller is. Again, would not have picked it up right away. Because she didn't talk right away. As soon as she turned around, you were like, that's Phyllis Diller! And I was like, are you... I don't know why. My drunk ass is like, are you sure? And I was like, as soon as she was like, oh, no, whatever her, she said, I was like, okay, yeah, that's Phyllis Diller. I kind of know Phyllis Diller from things like the Match Game and stuff from, the 70s. Me being who I am with modern day, Phyllis Diller was the voice, it's not even her, it's the voice of the Queen in A Bug's Life. Which, that's... a lot of people, in my age, in their, 20s, 30s, are going to be like, I know A Bug's Life. And they're going to be like, oh, the Queen. That's who I know Phyllis Diller from. But, to go back to 66, I did not realize Phyllis Diller was, established. Mm-hmm. People, granted, you're watching it now, but, if somebody was watching this in 1966, the second she turned around, somebody, presumably your parents, would have been like, that's Phyllis Diller. Uh-huh. So, I didn't realize she was that established by then.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what she played in or what she did, but, yeah, she was well known.
Mm-hmm. Which, that kind of seems so, granted... long before my time, but I do, as you know, I watch a lot of game shows, Match Game, Card Sharks, Password, Password Plus, Super Password, all of that stuff. And it's interesting to me how people, or Tattletales, it's interesting to me how people aren't necessarily famous for being famous.
Right.
They're famous for being a personality. Mm-hmm. Gene Rayburn is not famous for any reason, but he was the host of Match Game. Before he was the host of Match Game, he was in, is it What's My Line? Or To Tell the Truth? To Tell the Truth. Mm-hmm. He had popped up in that. He had popped up in Tattletales with his wife. Even some people who we know today, like Pat Sajak.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Pat Sajak for Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune.
Before Wheel of Fortune, he was in Match Game. He was in Hollywood Squares. He was in Password. Like, all of these actors or famous people from the 70s and the 80s, you didn't have to be famous for, like, oh, he was in this movie.
Right.
You were just famous because you were famous.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that makes zero sense to me. But at the same time, watching these 70s and 80s and 60s shows, it also, like, Phyllis Diller, like, or Brett Summers.
Right.
Again, like, not famous for any reason.
No,
but you watch Match Game, you know who she is.
Yeah, because I've known her because was married to Jack Klugman.
Okay. And Richard Dawson. I mean, granted, Richard Dawson's kind of a little bit of a loop. I mean, to go from the end and work your way backwards, he was the host of Family Feud, and he was in Match Game, and then he was in Hogan's Heroes and stuff like that. But you didn't need to be like this. Didn't need to be like the top paid celebrity.
Yeah, superstar.
Just make some appearances. Have a good personality. Charles Nelson Riley. Mm-hmm. You're just funny, and boom, you're made. You're in the game. So the same thing. Phyllis Diller didn't necessarily have to be like in the top #1 movie ever to be known at this point. People just kind of knew who you were.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. I've already forgotten his name. Who played the main character, the main villain?
Van Johnson.
Van Johnson. Don't know that person from Adam. Phyllis Diller. As soon as she started speaking, and I recognized her, because she does have a very distinctive voice. And as soon as she started talking, because I thought it was like a clown or something, because she's wearing like big boots and stuff. Mm-hmm. And as soon as she turned around, and you're like, "That's Phyllis Diller," and I was like, "Is it, Julie? Like, how many have you had? You're done." And then as soon as she spoke, I was like, "Oh fuck, that is Phyllis Diller. Look at that." And then I was like, okay, because didn't recognize the main villain. I did kind of get Phyllis Diller after she spoke. But yeah, I'm kind of with you. Like, I didn't like this story. I thought it was good. It was an interesting story. But at the same time, it's nothing to write home about,
no,
I guess.
wasn't as violent as some of the others.
Like, I wasn't on the edge of my seat or anything. But I was like, okay, that's fun. Mm-hmm. That's good. It's a layback, drink my beer, this is Batman type story. Right. So, closing thoughts? I doubt we'll see this character again.
I doubt it.
I doubt I would want to. Like, some of these are kind of interesting, is like False Face or something. Like, it's interesting to see them, and I wouldn't mind seeing them again. Or like Bookworm. I wouldn't mind seeing them again, but some of them, like this one, I was like, okay, you're not bad. I don't want to see you again, but you're not bad.
No.
Like, you're not going to get your own movie. We'll put it that way. The Joker, okay. The Penguin, okay. Mr. Freeze, okay. Bookworm, Zelda, False Face, whatever the Robin Hood guy's name was, Minstrel, you're not getting your own movie. Calm down. Any other closing thoughts? So we're 6 episodes into season 2. So we're making pretty good. That's it?
That's it.
Okay. For those who have seen this one, what do you guys think about season 2 so far? I've already forgotten his name. Again, what is it? Van
Johnson.
Van Johnson. Do you know who Van Johnson is? Who the fuck is Van Johnson? What do you think about Phyllis Diller? Like, Phyllis Diller was very, like, you knew she was a cameo because of the way, the big dramatic reveal.
Right.
So what do you think about Van Johnson? What did you think about Phyllis Diller? What did you think about just this kind of story altogether? Go ahead, let us know, and we'll see you guys next time for a returning villain, The Spell of Tut, and Tut's Case is Shut.